Welcome everyone to the Online Wheel Awards ranking of the 7 Star Wars movies. From Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, to now Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Ranking out of score 1 to 100 from the least to greatest of one of the most beloved franchises of all time. In number 7, Star Wars Attack of the Clones with 7 out of 100. This is the worst out of the Star Wars saga. The love story needed to improve, the performances needed to improve. There were just so many problems with this movie, unlike any other Star Wars film. This one is personally the worst of the prequels, and here's our review. Great visuals, but overall the Attack of the Clones needs to improve on its characterization and dialogue, making this film the worst out of the Star Wars movies. What are your thoughts? Just let us know on Online Whale Awards on YouTube. Post it in the comments section below. In number 6, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith with 43 out of 100. This film is better than Attack of the Clones, even though its performances are still not as great. The movie is an action-packed blockbuster, filled with great visuals, but overall it stumbles from the transition from Anakin to Vader. It's not really believable, and the way how George did it was just not as what we were expecting. Here's a review. An action-packed blockbuster with great action sequences and not so good performances. Revenge of the Sith stumbles from acting to the transition from Anakin to Vader, making an unbalanced conclusion to the prequel trilogy. Number 5, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. You guys are probably going to hate us for this, but we gave it better reviews than any of the prequel trilogy. Simply because, even though Jar Jar Binks is as annoying as you can possibly imagine, this movie was a great start and introduced a new generation of moviegoers to the Star Wars franchise. Here's a review. The Phantom Menace might have annoying characters, lots of exposition, and wooden characters, but take that all away and you get a nice, solid story that still fails to be compared to the original trilogy. Number 4, Star Wars The Force Awakens. This film just came out and it is better than any of the prequels. With 82 out of 100, this really re-immersed you into the world of the originals. Here's our review. Great performances from the new and old cast. The Force Awakens is an amazing start to a new Star Wars trilogy. With great acting, great story, and surpasses every expectation, even though it has tons of nostalgia. It might be a lot like A New Hope, but it is still better than any of those prequels, just so you all know. Number 3, Star Wars A New Hope with 86 out of 100. We rank it as a great movie. This movie was just great. It was spectacular. This really changed the movie industry from 1977 to now. We wouldn't have any of this technology if it wasn't for this film. Here's our review. The film that started it all, George Lucas has made an enjoyable film that is still loved to this day. A New Hope is an instant classic with a wonderful story of adventure, excitement, and inspired a generation of moviegoers from around the globe. This film is still loved from May 1977, and this is one of the greatest movies of all time, in our opinion. Number 2, Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Now, a lot of people might think New Hope is better than Return of the Jedi. Well, we gave it a little bit more favorable reviews. With 89.5 out of 100, here's our review. Return of the Jedi is a satisfying conclusion to the Star Wars trilogy. The spectacular journey of Luke Skywalker becomes more personal than ever in any of its movies before this. This is a wonderful movie that leaves you wanting more. This movie might not be as great as A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, but is still a wonderful, enjoyable film from beginning to end. Number 1, The Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back has 94.5 out of 100 on our ranking. This film is darker and it's more serious than any other Star Wars movie. You get to learn more about the characters of Han Solo, Princess Leia, and you feel like now you're part of this world. Here's our review. The Empire Strikes Back is a darker sequel and more in-depth with its characters than ever before. This film was a risk but satisfies all expectations, becoming a classic along with its previous films. And that's our ranking, everybody. And make sure that you guys go see Force Awakens that just came out on December 18th, 2015.